Hello, Stats 300. This is Professor Gonzalez. And as some students are going back to improve their tests or their homework score in ALEKS, this comparing means without calculation question's coming up. And we had a question that kind of looked like this that had to do with standard deviation, but this one is actually comparing means. And so the way that I like to do this, and I'm going to use this drawing function on this, which it's a pencil with using the mouse, which is super awkward, but anyhow, I'm just going to go for it. What I would do, let's see if this will give me some color here to work with. I would compare, first I'd compare, just pick a couple, I just compare A and B. Now remember, this is the mean, so that it's not, the mean is a balancing point, right? The mean is a balancing point with the data, and so a mean that has more blocks to the left is going to be a smaller mean than a mean that has blocks to the right, let's say. So when we compare A and B, you can see that 11 and 12 are the same. Also, if we go to the next, 8 is stacked 2 high, and 8 is stacked 2 high. And 6 is stacked 3 high, so is 6 stacked 3 high. So far, everything's the same. And then we have a block at 4, and we have a block at 4. And then here's the difference. We have a block on B, we have a block at 3, but when we look at A, instead of having a block at 3, it has a block at 1. So that must mean that A is smaller than B. So the mean of A, I can barely do this with a mouse, is less than the mean that's hard. Anyways, the mean of A is going to have to be smaller than the mean of B, because this block 3 on B is not there on A. It's too smaller, so it's going to make the mean be smaller. Okay, so we established that between A and B, that A is the smaller. The mean of A is less than the mean of B. Let me grab another color, and let's do it down here. Let's compare C and D. With C and D, I'm seeing 11 and 12, 11 and 12. I'm seeing 8 is stacked 3 high, 8 is stacked 3 high with C. I'm seeing 6 is stacked 2 high, 6 is stacked 2 high. And then here's the difference. We've got 4. Over here, 4 is stacked 2 high. But if I want to compare it to D, instead of having 4 stacked 2 high, it is actually, one of them is moved down here and placed at 3. So the one that's moved down from here and placed at 3 has to be the smaller one. So D must be the smaller one. So I would say that the mean of D is less than the mean of C. That's very sloppy. So then when you put it together, well, we don't know what's going on between the mean of B and D. So we really want to compare these two right here now. Okay, so comparing these two, let me move to another color, I guess yellow. Once again, 11 and 12, 11 and 12. 8 is stacked 3 high, 8 is only stacked 2 high. And then you could also see 3 and 4 are the same. So really, when you're going between these two, let's say, let's go from D to B. Well, D has 3 blocks stacked on 8. And to go from this picture to this picture, we would have to take this block and move it over here. Okay, so we had to take this block and move over here, which means that B must have a smaller mean than D. So I'm going to go back to blue. B has a smaller mean than D. So this whole thing just actually fits right in place right here. They said B has a smaller mean than D. So then this would just continue, is less than the mean of D, which is also less than the mean of C. And that's the answer. The mean of A is less than the mean of B, which is less than the mean of D, which is less than the mean of C. I hope that helps, and take care.